Hey guys, I'm Ashley, and welcome to the very first episode of Ashley and the Abled. Um, so, gosh, where to start? Um, well, first of all, thanks for tuning in with me. um, Nervous, bearing your life like this. Scary. So, to say that my family is competitive might be the understatement of a lifetime. um, so I have my degree, I have post-grad certificates, um, you know, like mediation and paralegal studies. I have my MBA, and I am by far the least educated of my immediate family. My brother's working on his PhD right now. My mom has, you know, 2 master's degrees. My dad did post-grad work at Harvard, and he's got his doctorate now. And that's the life that I was, raised for. That was the expectation, growing up, there was never this, you be who you want to be. It was like, you're going to go to college, you need at least a master's degree, like that's the bare minimum, and you need to, get a good job. The goal would be to run your own company, you know, and that look for things like doctor, lawyer, something like that, so that's kind of what I've always been on track for. So I was working as a paralegal and also a firm administrator. I was running the legal firm where I was, and my health just was not working, and so I was like, okay, I've got to figure out a way to work with this. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to go independent contractor with my paralegal, and then, hey, cool, I'm running my own business, right? I couldn't do that either. And so finally, it got to a point where, I tried everything to at least keep working. Became an author. I wrote books. I did direct sales. And I just finally had to toss in the towel and go on disability, with my doctor's recommendation. And this is my full-time life. There's really no time for anything other than going to doctor's appointments and, CAT scans and MRIs and x-rays and gastric emptying studies and nuclear tests and everything else you can think of. Just so much work. You never think of how much work it is to be sick, but it is. And let me tell you, I'm exhausted all the time. I am constantly sleeping because I'm just exhausted. People think, oh, you're at home, you must have so much time to cook for your husband and, play with your dogs and clean the house and stuff like that. Y'all, I'm not keeping house over here. I am not cooking. I'm not anything. I am asleep, waking up when my husband gets home, and then going back to sleep when he goes to bed. And we're just watching a movie together. And that's it. That's all I've got energy for. It's rough. So I've got epilepsy. I have a tumor on my left adrenal gland. I have a tumor in my spine that has caused my spine to weaken and tear below the tumor. I have several other conditions. I had a paralyzed stomach that 2 years ago to the day today, we actually surgically removed my stomach because it was that or a feeding tube for life. So now I can eat just in very small increments in certain foods. I have pseudotumor cerebri, where I get too much spinal fluid on my brain. It literally means false brain tumor, because it's the same symptoms of a brain tumor, but there's no actual tumor for them to go in, black out. It's like all over. So and because of that, I have what's called empty cella syndrome, where it has actually gone in and crushed my pituitary gland. Isn't that fun? I have a whole host of other things. Right now, I'm growing these weird tumorous lumps on the front of my shins and all kinds of other stuff. And for all the people who are watching this who have Lyme disease, no, I don't have Lyme disease. Please stop messaging me. I know you mean well, saying it's got to be Lyme disease. Not everything in the planet is Lyme disease. I actually have great doctors who take great care of me. But yeah, so I have other stuff too, but it's exhausting to like go into it all. And yeah, so sometimes I am feeling better and I'm feeling great, and I will actually go into a grocery store with my husband and get a couple things. And sometimes not so great, and he'll see me in the righty cart, and when people see me, you can't see any of this stuff on the outside. I mean, unless you're really gonna like physically like touch me. And even then you really can't unless you're my doctor and you know what you're looking for. So sometimes they'll see me and I'm in the righty cart or in my own personal wheelchair, and they're like, what the heck? Like, is she doing it for the handicap sticker? Which, by the way, I do have a permanent handicap sticker. I'm legit. But people, seriously, they have some interesting stuff to say when they think I can't hear you. Guess what? My ears actually work just fine. So, get ready for some sad stories. Get ready for some funny stories. My doctors are always saying, gosh, how can you laugh? How can you smile through it all? You know, over a year ago, almost 2 years now, I have dry beriberi that we discovered, and all of a sudden I lost my ability to walk, and I had to relearn how to walk again. And you know, I did it all with a smile and laughing because it's my life. I'm not going to sit here and just cry constantly because it is what it is, and I want to enjoy my life as much as I can. And you know, right now I'm really run down, and that's just the situation. But I have really great days too, and I have a really great husband that I want to enjoy my life with. I have fantastic dogs who you'll get to meet, and really funny, weird stuff happens to me. You know, so come along for the journey. We'll have some fun together, and thanks for listening this long. You made it 9.5 minutes. So if this is the only video you ever see, thanks for sticking with me this long. But I hope you stick around because, you know, it's funny how the world changes and then your perspective changes. And suddenly the things that were so important, not so important anymore. And you're just, little things become important, like complimenting the girl sitting at the table next to you so that she has a good day. Suddenly things like those, like that, seem important because you want to make sure people around you really are living their life to the fullest, and you know, that everybody really is smiling and enjoying their lives, because it can change in an instant. It can change. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been having a great night with my husband, and then the next thing I know, I'm waking up in an ambulance because I've had a seizure that lasted too long. I mean, it changes while I'm not even aware of it. So, again, I'm Ashley, and it's great to meet you. I hope some of you will share your stories with me, and we can laugh together, we can cry together, and most of all, we'll smile and get through it. You can always email me at ashleyandtheabled@gmail.com. And so, yeah, it's just the start. So let's have some fun.